Hi guys, my name is Kendo Oluwayemi and today we're gonna be having a conversation. I've read a lot of books, I've had conversation with many people in life, many people that are in my age group, people that are older than me, and there's something I've come to a conclusion about the reason why many people don't improve. And one of those reasons are lack of accountability, excuses, unwillingness to learn. Those three things are very powerful. They're all the same, but they're very powerful to know. When you lack accountability, that means that when you make a mistake or when you do something that you know you're wrong, you're not willing to accept that you're wrong. That alone is the biggest downfall and it's the biggest key role to people being a failure. And it's one of the key role to why many people will never improve because you don't want to accept that you're wrong. Because if your mind knows you're wrong and you're told that you're wrong and you're not accepting it, there's no way you have a chance to actually learn something new because you always be sticking to the old things that you know. Unwillingness to learn is same thing as this is the thing that is going to help you grow forward, but you give excuses. You ignore it because of your ignorance and ego, and you're like, I don't think this is gonna help it. I don't think you're gonna help me. I need to get help this place until I can learn. I think that's kind of bullshit because many people do that a lot and they don't know that there is time and there's no time. If you're waiting for things to be done before you did this other thing, you never know if you're gonna make it. When you have the chance to learn something, new skill set, to grow, to go to university, or to learn something new, learn it with passion. There's a difference if you don't like it at all. If you don't like it at all, don't do it. Or if you want to give it a shot just to see if you're gonna like it. Because sometimes we as a human, sometimes we don't know if we're gonna like something until we try it. So I'll say give things a shot. Try to see if that thing is something that you might end up falling in love with. See this life of yours as opportunity, another day to learn and make mistake and grow from it. Don't see life as unfair, like life is unfair, there's nothing I can do, blah 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 blah. When you see life that way, you're condemning your mind to believe in just one ways of thinking. And if you do that, it's gonna be very, very difficult for you to get out of that situation because you've always seen yourself as a victim. And once you see yourself as a victim in every situation, in every place you are, you will feel uncomfortable. It will suppress your confidence to want to learn, to have communication, to create connection for yourself in order to improve. Don't see yourself as that person. See yourself as, I'm gonna make mistake, but I should be accountable for it and learn from that mistake to grow. The opportunity everywhere these days, and I'm for real saying this because I remember 10 years ago, there are lesser opportunity than it is now. There are a lot of opportunity now. Stop giving yourself the wrong affirmation words. When you are wrong about something, when you're doing something bad, speak realistic with yourself. Tell yourself, I'm wrong, but what can I do to improve? I've seen this a lot nowadays, especially on social media. People lie to themselves with affirmation of word to make themselves feel good. You're only making yourself feel temporarily good at the moment because as time goes on, you'll be left with your thoughts and you will understand that you should have told yourself the truth about the things you're doing in order to adjust and grow and become better. So stop using the wrong affirmation. Stop using affirmation words as an excuses not to do the right thing. And that's one thing I've seen a lot of people do these days, and that stop a lot of people from becoming a better version of themselves, from improving to a greater version of themselves. So think real deep, reflect a lot. That's one of my favorite words because I reflect a lot on the things I do wrong. Sometimes when people tell me I do something wrong, I try to come to the understanding, even though some part of my mind I'm not seeing it yet. But when you try to come to people understanding, you can easily, even you're not seeing at that moment, but when you go back home or you just reflect, you can easily see where they're coming from. And if you see yourself as not being understood properly by those people, then you communicate carefully with them. Communication is the key. I think one of the problems we have in today's world entirely is that people take our statements, our words wrongly, and sometimes people use assumption when we say things. And that's why I've done a lot of research, even including all these wars, world leaders going war back to back, having disagreement. I think sometimes, not mostly the case, I think sometimes it's always miscommunication, and that leads to an assumption, or that leads to wrong and false information that makes one or the other to react in a negative way, and that impacts a lot of people in all areas of their life. And for us as an individual, you and me, learn to communicate with people before you react. It's very important, because when you react negatively, you might think it's going to affect just that person. It might bounce back on you and affect you and everyone around you. So these are all the things that makes a lot of people not becoming the greater version of themselves. These are the things that make people to become unimproved and find it difficult to learn. If you're liking this video, subscribe and like, share, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.